Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Richardson, and welcome back to this peer-to-peer time where I interview people in and around the concept of peer forums to get to know them on another level. We find out about their why, their what, their who, how, where, and when. How and when did their journey bring them to where they are today? What do they do now? What is the combination of activities in their portfolio? What do they stand for? Why do they do what they do? Why has this become the focus of their passion and their purpose? And as a result of all of that, get a real sense of who they are. And I am delighted today to be joined by Ken Nixon. Welcome, Ken.
Mike, thank you very much for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, everybody. We're really excited that Ken is on board the REF team as a forum leader of a financial executive forum. And Ken, let's start with, you have a portfolio of things going on. Share with us the combination of activities and work that you do in your portfolio. We'd love to know more about that.
Sure. That's great. I do a couple of interrelated things, Mike. Basically, on both of them, the title comes up as consultant. So around the first one is I'm a strategic cost consultant for expense reduction analysts, or better known as ERA. We help clients drive savings with expert analysts in over 40 categories. It's a great model. It's built off success. If we're not successful in saving you money, it doesn't cost the customer a dime.
Yep.
Secondly, recently I've begun to work with REF as a peer group leader for finance professionals. It's been really interesting, and it's based on helping finance professionals grow personally and professionally with others who share many of the same challenges. And I think that's what makes it so interesting. Both opportunities allow me to focus on customer success, whether it be financially with ERA or professionally with REF.
That's awesome. That's a great combination of things that you do to sort of impact the future of a business and the future of leaders. So perhaps, Ken, would you share with us more about, so how did you arrive here? What's been your career journey that brought you to this place?
I don't know how much time you have here, but for that purposes, we go back about 30 years. I've spent the first 30 years of my career in financial services, working primarily with research and analytics and servicing what is known as the buy side. So it's mutual funds, hedge funds, private equity, et cetera. And what happened was the business began to change as decimalization hit the New York Stock Exchange, which was a big change. And rules and regulations made it more and more difficult for organizations to get paid through what was the norm through commissions. So at that point, I realized technology was growing and basically taking over the financial institutions more and more. And that had to do with basically what I saw my customers looking for were ways to work smarter, faster, and cheaper. Mm-hmm. So for that, the first thing I needed to do was get smarter myself. So I went back to Columbia University and got myself a master's to get a little smarter. And then I took the leap into the startup world. And that came about with a former client of mine who he and I shared many of the same beliefs about the industry and where it was headed and how we could help clients work smarter. So we built two different platforms. And basically, they were both there to help institutions do exactly that, work smarter. The dreaded part of the smart startup world, as you know, is raising capital. And obviously that comes with numerous challenges. So we were slightly successful in doing that with the second product that we built, but the burn rate, which becomes many of the challenges with a startup, made it challenging to build the business the right way. So basically with that, we rolled up the company that provided the seed money for us and handed off the productive assets to that group. So that was a lot of lessons learned, and I'll tell you, it is something you learn very quickly by jumping in head first and doing all different roles. But what I realized from those is that businesses have access to more capital than they realize. And that's really locked up in their cost base and their leadership, which they can unlock through smarter and more trusting approaches. This is what I've dedicated myself to going forward, and where I believe the experience that I have can be helpful in working with clients going forward.